Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the NECC. I am your host, Jaron Bell, and welcome to Madden Mondays. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I could not be more excited for my guest host with me tonight. He is here, my main man from ESTV, a man so handsome that he had to take the mirrors out of his house. Brock Vereen, what is up, my man?
I don't appreciate you lying about me like that, but let me tell you what, I'm excited for some football. Philly and Arizona. You got a Cowboys hat on, so I know you'd love to see some NFC East football going on right here. We appears we're going back to get ready a little bit, but we have a young quarterback in a Kyler Murray and an established struggling quarterback in Carson Wentz. This is going to be a great matchup.
I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna leave my Carson Wentz opinions at the door because I don't feel this might be the appropriate place for that. But guys, for those out here watching, before we get into it, I want to say a huge thank you to our friends at Helix Esports for all that they do to help us through our journey, and of course, from ESTV, now available on Samsung Plus, and of course through ESTV, our friends at the NFL Alumni Association. Brock, you can speak a little bit more about ESTV and everything, man. I'm just so happy that you're here and involved with the NECC, and we're so excited, man.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. ESTV, the US's first 24/7 linear esports channel. Samsung TV Plus, Sling TV, Vizio Smartcast, the Roku channel, the Roku app, Amazon Fire Stick, wherever you get your OTT content, you will be able to find ESTV giving you the best in tournaments and lifestyle content, anything esports related, and a lot of collegiate gaming, which is why the partnership with the NECC is so special to us, and they have been killing it thus far.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And guys, tonight we have an amazing matchup for you, ladies and gentlemen. New England College Tyrone Lindsey comes into this match to face off against Newberry College and Mozart. Both of these teams, Mozart comes in 2-0. Tyrone Lindsey gets a first week bye and comes in at 1-0. Rock, what a night to have your first NECC live matchup on Madden Mondays. Two undefeated teams. Philadelphia's kicking off. Let's get into some football, baby.
Let's get into some football. Philly kicking off. Let's see if we get a return here. And he decides to fair catch it. Andy Isabella saying that's okay. We're just going to take our touchback and let Kyler Murray do his thing.
Absolutely. So, and again, for the people that are out there watching, man, this is Madden at a high level. Let's see how this plays out here on this first drive.
Kyler Murray in the full house. A lot of adjustments going on. That's a sign of a good player. Little read option. Kenyon Drake right up the middle, gets stuffed and has nowhere to go.
Just filled up the middle. I wish too bad the Eagles don't play like that in real life on defense. That's crazy.
Now, I understand you're an NFC East guy, but the Cowboys, how much room do you have to talk right now is my question. Because
you know what?
the Seahawks are a dang good football team, but I'm just saying, I don't know.
We just
Kyler
missed
Murray
a great.
against the Drake.
That's a great draw right there.
Gets up.
I will tell you this, Brock, as much as I've been watching over the NFL, you have to say, if you're an NFL fan, I know that they took a loss, you have to be impressed with the progression of Kyler Murray right now. It's so impressive what he's trying to do.
I'm fascinated with Kyler Murray, who again starts off in the full house. Play action, speed screen to the outside with nowhere to go. Eagles defenders flying sideline to sideline. And we are right back on the ball, ladies and gentlemen, on fourth down in his own territory. Kyler Murray drops back. Looking, and he finds someone. Who else but the sure-handed Larry Fitzgerald? And we are right back on the ball, ladies and gentlemen. We got some fast-paced football here, Jaron.
You love to see it. Looks like it's going to be a handoff to Kenyon Drake right here. Going to go up, take the ball up to the 42-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 5. You got to love how he's spreading the ball around, quick to the line. You can tell that he knows what he's doing here with this Arizona Cardinals team.
Without question, and this is a guy who has played this game plenty. Ooh. A lot of quick adjustments, and right up the middle of the field, Jaron, sometimes that is the toughest place to defend the dead center.
Man, so tough. You have those two safeties back, either running a cover 2 or the cover 3. You are so vulnerable right in that middle of the field if your linebacker cannot get back there to cover it.
Kyler Murray still in the full house. He likes his fullbacks and tight ends close to him. This time he does not give it to Kenyon Drake. He tries to run it himself. And I understand he's an athletic guy, Jaron, but you do not want those hits on your quarterback, even in a video game.
You do not. Kyler Murray going to drop back.
He's looking. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Woo!
Just a blind throw. Ooh. Jaron, that could have been an absolute disaster. He is thankful that they still have possession of the ball. That could have been a very easy interception.
Absolutely. I had to refresh my screen right here, but it looks to me like they're going to hand the ball off to Drake right up here in the middle and nowhere to go. 4th and 11, right on the ball.
And once again, no hesitation. He's right back. He is not giving any time to think. Tyrone Lindsey is a man of action. Drops back, looking. And a diving catch. Who else? But yet again, the sure-handed Larry Fitzgerald. And downtime is not a thing that Tyrone Lindsey believes in because he's back on the ball after that first down, ready to punch it in. Kenyon Drake with nowhere to go. It seems like he's committed to the run, although the run does not seem to be committed to him.
Absolutely. And you have to love the fast pace. He knows he has his opponent on his heels and just comes up and is just attacking all those way.
Attack. Kyler Murray drops back. He's scanning, and he's going to take a sack. Tell you what, Larry Fitzgerald may have his way out there in the defensive backfield, but the Philly front seven is stuffing everything up front. Once again, right back on the ball. As I say that, Kyler Murray gets loose. Takes a big hit, but he's going to get inside the 10-yard line with 20 seconds left in the first quarter. The Cardinals are knocking on the door of the red zone, of the end zone, rather, I should say.
Kyler Murray going to drop back here.
Scrambling. Intercepted by the Pro Bowler. I'm sorry, that's not Darius Slay. That's Jalen Mills, the young guy, and he throws a nice move, and he's running the 30, the 20, the 10. Jalen Mills on the pick 6. Darren, how does that not absolutely deflate you? You drive the ball 80 yards downfield, only to throw a pick 6 in the red zone. What's going through your mind there?
Man, I tell you what, and the worst part about it, Brock, is the fact that you come out and you really do feel like even you have to go for it on 4th down twice, but you convert both of those, and to get down inside your red zone and to be moving the ball and to throw an interception and not making a tackle. I mean, deflate is not the word. You're flat as a pancake at this point.
Unbelievable defensive effort, and credit to Mozart. Bend but don't break, as they say. He was getting that ball tossed all around the field on him. Backs against the wall. They came out swinging. Bend but don't break. 7 points on the board for Newberry College. Once again, we're back at the full house. And Kyler Murray against stuff. Jaron, let me ask you, the run does not seem to be working, and yet it seems to be pivotal to his passing attack. What do you make of that?
I think, well, he's going to throw this ball deep here. And there's a flag on the play, but it is intercepted again. Mills again. Oh, with a pass interference call, Brock. Has to move the ball forward. Wow.
Football. I tell you what, there is one thing Tyrone Lindsey is not afraid of, and that is slinging that rock. He doesn't care if they're open or not. He's trying to make something happen. And here we are, just about to cross midfield. Kyler Murray with a lot of space, and he's going to tuck it and run. And he's going to fumble the football, thankfully, out of bounds. Jared, that's what you're afraid of, right? Even though you have an athletic quarterback, that is your nightmare, is it not?
Absolutely. You're not sure if you could – every tick in Madden, you're not sure if you're going to get – fumble, or you could get a first down. You're never going to know. Looks like a jet sweep here. Shut down.
Absolutely.
Shut down.
I mean, it is such an interesting aspect where you have to run the football in order for the pass to work, but when the run is consistently getting you stuffed at the line of scrimmage, you have to wonder, am I just building confidence in this defense who, as we've seen, backs against the wall, can make plays in the red zone?
Absolutely. And for Mozart, for Tyrone Lindsey, you have to capitalize here. You went down 7-0. You've thrown a pick 6. You've drove the ball right down the throat. You have the ball at the 10-yard line once again. There's no question. You just have to put the ball in the end zone here, Brock.
You have to, and that clock is ticking. We are halfway through the second quarter already. You have to leave here with points. A field goal's fine. A turnover is the only thing you cannot have here. Fly sweep, and he's going to hand off to Kenyon Drake. Attempt to bounce it outside and then commit back to the hole. That hole seemed to be there. You have to commit on a misdirection play. That hesitation got him caught up. But, Jaron, he is still at the 5-yard line, 3rd and goal. You going in the air, you going on the ground here?
I mean, for me, I'm probably – with Kyler Murray, I'm going to send DeAndre Hopkins on a slant here, and I'm going to rotate to the right and see what happens. And he throws it underneath.
Oh, my goodness. And interception, Jalen Mills. Once again, which really, Jaron, is his 3rd interception of the game, the 2nd one that's counted. But, Jaron, at what point does Tyrone Lindsey start locating Jalen Mills and throw the ball elsewhere?
The worst part is you're throwing, he's at 2 different parts of the field. So there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to not make that throw.
Unbelievable. Finally, we see Carson Wentz on the field for the first time. He's in his own end zone and barely gets rid of that football. And here you are, Jaron, 2 minutes, 30 seconds away from a 2-minute drill, 95 yards. And we know Mozart is not going to play it safe. He wants points. A draw here up the middle. He gets stuffed. And now, Jaron, it turns into a field possession game. You don't get a first down here. You are giving Tyrone Lindsey the ball on his in your own territory.
I would definitely be looking for Dallas Goedert here, probably on this outside on this A. He has it, but he doesn't throw it. But he's got Deshaun Jackson all the way open on the sideline. He's at the 10. He's going to go. There might be a delay. I'm sorry, but it looks too pretty dancing like it's his prom night. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Oh, my goodness, Brock.
Oh, my gosh. A 95-yard touchdown pass, I believe, to go up 14 points. Jaron, that is as deflating as it gets. Not only do you stop 2 90-yard drives from your opponent. Now you have your own 90-yard drive and a bomb to D-Jack. I tell you what, Tyrone Lindsey better come out swinging, and he better come out quick.
Well, and for Tyrone, I think the biggest issue is you've proven that you can move the ball here. That is not like they're shutting you down. You've made 2 mistakes that have cost you points.
Big time points. Like you said, you can move the ball, but you have to capitalize. Murray slinging another ill-advised pass. And let me ask you again, every pass except for one has gone to Larry Fitzgerald. I'm sorry, there was another one to a tight end. At what point does DeAndre Hopkins start getting in the mix?
And you know, Brock, I was about to say that that same play we just saw, he had DeAndre Hopkins on the other side. He just picked the wrong side there. Nowhere to go.
Kyler Murray back under some distress, and he is gonna take a sack now on his own 13-yard line. And now, a minute 38 left. Mozart has 2 timeouts. 3rd and 22. Again, you could give him the ball in his own in your own territory if you do not get a first down here. This is pivotal. Kyler Murray back. He's looking. Gets rid of the ball. And another interception.
Wow.
Bonte Maddox downfield. Another interception. And Jaron, as we know, Mozart is going to come out swinging. He wants points before this half is over.
Absolutely. And by the way the game's gone, you have to look for him here. He's going to throw this ball to Y, throw it deep, and it's picked off. What? Arizona going to turn the tables? How about Tyrone Lindsey says, no way, not today, and picks it off and turns the ball right back to Arizona.
Oh, that is just brutal if you are Mozart. If you're Tyrone Lindsey, finally something goes right for you. Kyler Murray with the keeper, with the spin move, and he's going to get close to midfield. Arizona, 3 timeouts, plenty of time, no huddle offense. Very much so within striking distance here, Jeremy.
Absolutely. Going to throw the ball, and as we said, going to throw the ball to DeAndre Hopkins complete. You do hate to see him go backwards, but right now Tyrone Lindsey has to keep an eye on this clock as it just ticks away. He has 100. Oh, no.
Absolutely. And he's going to throw. Well, I tell you what, I understand Kyler Murray is one of the best athletes in the league. Nobody is designed to make a one-footed hop throw across your body to the opposite hash. Ill-advised throw there from Lindsey. He gets lucky that that thing is not intercepted.
Absolutely.
Murray in the pistol. Kenyon Drake behind him. He's going to drop back. Rolling out to the left, and he is going to find his target. And did he get out of bounds? No, he did not. So he's going to have to take a timeout. 4th and 4 here. And Jared, this is a dangerous game. If you do not convert this, you are giving the Eagles the ball in your own territory.
I mean, I understand in Madden, I understand the choice here, but he has him. Oh my goodness. And Brock, another interception.
Oh,
wow.
boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. But, Jared, I tell you what, this is an interception kind of in his favor because now the Eagles have to go even further. But the point remains, that is still 4 picks. 5, but only 4 have counted. We just have to find some accuracy for Arizona. But here, Mozart is coming out slinging, and he throws his own interception.
Are you kidding me, Brock Vereen, right now?
I tell you what, Jen, we need to get an eye test or something. I don't think these teams know who they're supposed to throw to.
I don't know. So Kyler Murray going to come out here. Kyler Murray wide open, empty back set. Let's see what he can do here. He has a man wide open. He doesn't throw it that way. Oh, no, Brock. He had his tight end wide open in the middle of the field for a touchdown.
And I tell you what, Jaron, that's the 2nd time, maybe the 3rd, that he is elected to throw to the covered man instead of the wide open guy in the middle of the field. The middle of the field is vacated. He has to attack it. Again, he is just chucking this thing deep. Intercepted, but out of bounds. Jaron, he's just not reading the middle of the field, it seems.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the problem is, I think he wanted to try to go to his tight end there, but it was covered this time. You need to look for Larry Fitzgerald right here. Timeout. Call a timeout. Completes it.
And the savvy Larry Fitzgerald working back for the ball. 9 seconds left. He is thinking touchdown or bust. A field goal does not seem to be on his mind. Slings it to the outside, and Kenyon Drake's not able to break the tackle.
Ooh, and the worst part is, Brock, I hate to see it, but he had absolutely had DeAndre
I
Hopkins
know.
wide open for a touchdown. You know, for Tyler Lindsey, you just have to get your eyes open on those playmakers. I mean, there's nothing else to say. You just got to keep an eye on those guys.
And what will likely be the last play of the half, some points on the board would do wonders for Tyrone Lindsey. Kyler Murray drops back. He's scanning, and he throws into the end zone, and he finds his man. Oh, wow. DeAndre Hopkins, and Jaron, you said it once again. He finally throws to the middle of the field, and look what happens. A good play. 6 points on the board for Tyrone Lindsey, which would have been a disastrous half. He's going to cut the lead going into the second half.
I mean, and absolutely. And one of the things that can happen in Madden is you get too excited and you fall down points and you try, and it's just by default, by nature, you try to throw the ball deep down the field, and that's how picks get thrown. But just working that ball to DeAndre Hopkins, there's no cornerback in this game that can cover, besides maybe Stephon Gilmore, that can cover DeAndre Hopkins. So you have to feed the ball to where it's going to work.
Without question, Jared, I think you were hitting a nice little refresh there. Tyrone Lindsey came out to the second half and kicked an onside kick and recovered it, which means Tyrone Lindsey currently has the football. I know. He came out, kicked an onside kick. Mozart was not expecting it in the least. He easily recovered the ball, and just like that, Tyrone Lindsey with the ball in hand and already has the ball back. Talk about aggressive.
Wow, that's impressive, especially to come back and just to make that play. Go back to the Saints in the Super Bowl a few years ago. He's got a man. He's going to throw it deep to Hopkins. How about it, Brock? Touchdown, Arizona.
Jaron, if I told you 2 minutes ago when the score was 14-0 and the Eagles had 5 interceptions, 4 that were penalty free, and I told you this game would be tied at the start of the second half, you would have called me crazy, and yet here we are.
I would have said that you've been enjoying way too much of that California sunshine out there and that you didn't know what you were talking about. But here we are. Oh, lady. Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Come to us.
It appears that there was a technical mishap. I know the gut instinct is to think rage quit, but the game was tied, although Tyrone Lindsey had every right to be upset. But I believe the protocol here, Jaron, let me ask you, do we start from the top? It was a tie game.
I believe what we're going to do, and I'll tell this out loud for Hunter, my producer in the chat, so we can let those teams know. What we will do is we will start the game over, but we will only play the first half. As we were started into the second half there, so we will just play the first half of action like it is the second half. And that's what we would need to do. Hunter, could you please let them know in the studio? Okay, thank you. Brock.
And Hunter, our producer, is going to relay that information. And Jaron, to your point, that's the best way to do it. The game was tied. Though now the benefit for both of these teams is Carson Wentz and Kyler Murray get to wash those 6 collective interceptions off of their stat sheet.
Absolutely.
But we are headed into, we will call it the second half. And Jaron, I think that is a good call. There was only 30 seconds ran off of the clock of the third quarter, and the game was tied. This is the best way to do it.
Absolutely, 100%. And these things happen. Sometimes internet, when you're dealing with the world of internet, you know, you have all the way from New Hampshire and New England College playing a student in Newberry, South Carolina. Internet can become an issue at times, but I bet we'll get this thing straightened out and we'll get right back to it. But Brock, how about multiple interceptions? At one point, you think that Mozart is going to just run away with this game, and we're going to be ready for a game 2. But how about Tyrone Lindsey in less than a minute and a half comes back, and we're knotted up at 14?
Just like that. I tell you what, that was as rough of a start as a team can ever have in Madden. 5 interceptions, but only 4 that counted. And you know what? To Tyrone Lindsey's credit, maybe this works in his favor. Maybe he gets to hit the reset button, literally and figuratively, and say, hey, I need to start throwing the ball to my guys and my guys only, because I cannot afford to get down against Mozart like I did in the first half.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump over to the game with Kyler Murray. Now, Philadelphia using a box defense. This is very dangerous right here. Brock Vereen.
Unbelievable with the big
What happened?
move. Now that looked to be intentional.
Touchdown, Arizona. Zane Gonzalez lining up for the extra point.
Okay.
Okay. Jared, do you want to explain what
Yeah.
our producer has just relayed to us?
Yes. So he was supposed to punt the ball there back to the other opposing because they had the ball. That was not relayed. So let's we're going to reach through that. We'll call the action here as we see it, but that was not what we would do. So we will get that fixed. Hunter, if you would please message them as well. Thank you. Okay, no worries. But wow.
All right. Interesting. Well, okay, yes, that was just some miscommunication there.
For sure.
But here we are. I guess we will call it a tie game for everyone watching. Ignore that 7 next to Arizona. We'll pretend that is a 0. Carson Wentz dropping back deep, finding his target in the middle of the field. Jared, that seems to be the name of the game. Whatever defenses these guys are called, the middle of the field is up for grabs.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people, because of Madden 20, there's so many corner routes, which he had one right there. Going to drop back, Carson Wentz looking for somebody. Maybe just run this ball here if I was him. Feet in. Did he get his feet in?
They're going to give it to a Miles Sanders,
Wow.
the running back. Showing some receiver qualities there with the beautiful toe tap to get him across mid-field. Unbelievable. Beautiful catch there by the rookie, Carson Wentz. Back second-year guy, Miles Sanders, I apologize. Dropping back under pressure and elects to just throw the ball away. I tell you what, Jaron, as a Madden player myself, that takes the most personal responsibility to actually throw away the ball because I refuse to. My ego gets in the way most times.
Hey, and you know what? That will show you a seasoned player in Madden as they can throw the ball away and not take a hit. As there's so much pressure, I think that might have been Chandler Jones on that backside. It hits Carson Wentz and throws it. And Brock, we're going to go to a 3rd and 10 here, and something needs to happen.
Without question, as Mozart takes a timeout there, must not have liked his original look. 3rd and 10, this is huge, not in field goal range, but as we've seen, field goals don't seem to be on anybody's mind in this game. Either way, he needs this first down desperately, the way that Tyrone has come out swinging at the end of the first half.
Absolutely.
Making some adjustments. Wentz drops back. He's looking. He finds his target quickly on the corner route, but incredible user defense by Buda Baker there. Tyrone Lindsey elects to switch to the safety, make that play himself. You always love the mano-a-mano user-on-user plays just like that one.
Absolutely. This is going to be a massive 4th down here. Obviously in Madden, you're going to see these a lot, but let's see what Carson Wentz does. He's going to drop back. He has Ertz, doesn't throw it, throws it underneath. And somehow, with Buda Baker there, he does complete the ball. Brock, what an amazing catch.
I thought that was a for sure interception, and he's going to back that up with a handoff to Miles Sanders, who's going to find some daylight off the right tackle. And he is now in the red zone again. An incredible 4th down catch by the rookie Jalen Reagor. And now Mozart is knocking on the door again to Miles Sanders. He's going to push to the outside with the hesitation. It's going to get him within the 10-yard line. Mozart proving he can get it done on the ground and in the air.
Absolutely. Going to hand it off again here to Sanders. We'll get the first down and take the ball up to the 3-yard line. Just can't get in.
And he has Tyrone Lindsey on his heels, but elects to get out of the no huddle and wants to get his set formation out there. He wants his goal line package. And now he has it. Hand off to Miles Sanders trying to cut back. It just gets pummeled. I tell you what, if you are going to cut back, you better be positive that it is open because Devondre Campbell absolutely takes the life out of Miles Sanders in the backfield.
Absolutely. Going to try to run that stretch again, and there's nowhere to go. Chandler Jones, absolutely one of my favorite players on this Arizona defense, of course, and just stands them up, man. It's 3rd and goal from the 4. Brock, if it's you, what are you doing here?
I'm going through the air. Chandler Jones and Devondre Campbell are patrolling that middle. I'm not tempting it again. I'm going to the air here. But look what I know, because Mozart is able to punch it in. And I tell you what, that is a veteran move right there. You spread the defense out, making them think that you're going to go to the air. The whole world thinks you're going to the air, and then you run the ball. Incredible play calling there by Mozart.
So we'll move to, from what I understand, we're going to move to 7-0 for Mozart here in Newberry College as we get ready to kick this ball off. And Brock, you know, for the people out there watching, you know, this is a best of 3 series in this match, you know, this best of 3 series. So if it's me, you're really going to be able to figure out what your opponent is doing. And right now, if I'm Tyrone Lindsey, I know that I'm going to get the ball into that $100 million man. I'm going to get the ball to DeAndre Hopkins and see what we can pull off here.
Without question, DeAndre Hopkins has proven to be the ultimate deep threat. He has gotten behind the Philly DBs time and time again. Do not be shocked if Tyrone Lindsey decides to attack that right away. Action, and he's looking deep, but he looks over the middle to his right-hand man, Larry Fitzgerald. As ancient as he is still a sure thing.
Old Man River, as I like to call him.
Old man.
He'll get it done.
Kyler Murray trying to get it done on his feet, and he's going to throw the ball away, but not before taking a big hit. Remember, he had that fumble in the second quarter. He needs to be careful with taking those big hits. Murray again back in the gun. 2 backs flank his side. Tries to set up the screen, but does not get the ball out in time, and he is lucky that ball is not intercepted.
Brock, you'd love to see him maybe try to go ahead, get that ball to Kenyon Drake and drop that screen off. It feels like he had blockers over there. Maybe that could have worked out.
You would think so. And he runs the same play. And I tell you what, Jaron, it is just so tough to rattle off the same play back-to-back in Madden, let alone it being a screen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kyler Murray going to drop back here on 4th down. What is he going to try to do? No, lots of pressure. Oh no. Boy. This is intercepted. All the way, the ball is brought up to the 29-yard line. At that point, Brock, when do you throw it away and concede and just try to go play defense? Just a careless mistake right there off your back foot.
Careless is the name of the game right there. You summed it up perfectly, Jaron. I mean, rolling backwards, 30 yards behind your line of scrimmage, and you throw what is now the 5th interception of this game. And if Mozart puts up some points here, that may all but seal the deal. So you better believe Tyrone Lindsey is in his defense's ears saying, guys, give us a chance, hold up to a field goal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you have to give Mozart some credit as he keeps continuing to run the football. You know, a lot of people in Madden try to get too happy. I would like to see him maybe try to get the ball to his tight end more, but he throws it to the corner. And Brock Vereen, how about the rookie speedster himself, Jalen Reagor? I cannot believe I'm getting the Eagles in a compliment, but holy moly, that guy's fast.
He is as fast as they come, and Arizona just learned that the hard way as he gets behind the defensive backs. They always tell DBs be deeper than the deepest. Well, that's tough when Jalen Reagor is screaming down the sideline. And again, a reminder to those watching, the score is actually 14-0, and this is the 4th quarter, not the 2nd, which means Tyrone Lindsey needs points, and he needs them fast. Correction, it is 28-14. They are still up by 14 points, but Mozart has scored 4 touchdowns, 1 coming on a pick 6 to Jalen Mills, and the other 3 touchdowns coming on the offensive side of the ball.
Absolutely. And you know what? As far as collegiate esports goes and Madden goes, this is just something that happens sometimes. You know, we're dealing with internet. We're dealing with it. To be fair, this ball's going to be thrown out to the side here. And Brock
and intercepted.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I mean.
Oh, boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interceptions. And with only 4 minutes left and with Miles Sanders running rampant, you would imagine that Mozart can just simply run out the clock, if not all of it, enough of it. And if you're Tyrone Lindsey, it may be time to start gearing up and making adjustments for that 2nd game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're just getting ready for round 2 here. That's if you're me. And oh my goodness, Brock.
I believe they call that the dagger. I believe that is
Absolutely.
what they call the dagger. Deshaun Jackson with a bomb up the left sideline again. His first touchdown of the game came on a 95-yard touchdown in the second quarter, and he just proves once again. Let me ask you, Jaron, because it seems to me that with a lot of user DB, meaning that these guys are electing to control the DBs themselves, it is shocking how often these receivers are getting behind the defenses, is it not?
It is, you know, definitely one of the things in Madden 21, the speed receivers have been buffed. And so they're just so much more dangerous to be able to make it. Kyler Murray going to throw the ball, but he's got a defender there. Keyshawn Johnson not able to bring that ball in. And like I was saying,
another dangerous throw.
The speed kills in Madden 21. It's not about power running anymore. Those speed receivers, your Tyreek Hills, your Hollywood Brown, they just kill. Deshaun Jackson's proof of that.
Well, great reference right there, because we get to see both of those receivers live in action tonight. That is the beauty of Madden Mondays. You get your Monday Night Football and you get your double dose of NECC. Oh my goodness, another interception. Is that Jalen Mills? Because that would be his 4th interception of the game. Almost his second pick 6 of the game. My goodness, Mozart and these defensive backs.
Wow, and you know what? And you have to, you know, you don't want to say Tyrone Lindsey made some mistakes there, and he obviously did, but how about Mozart being in the position to capitalize on the mistakes and going to hand the ball off to Sanders? Huge block by his offensive tackle, and it's a touchdown. This game is just getting out of hand here in game 1.
Oh boy, this is dead and gone. And right now, if you're Tyrone Lindsey, you're saying, hey, this game is out of hand. We're just playing for pride. But you know what you do? You go back to those first 2 drives. Although they ended in interceptions, he drove the ball with ease. Now, he has clearly lost that confidence. He's lost that rhythm in this game. What you need to do now before the start of the second game is find that rhythm again, because you're going to need it in that second game.
Well, Brock, I think that's such a crucial statement that you said there. Finding a way, understanding. I know that sometimes in Madden this can be tough. Finding a way to reset yourself. Reset your attitude and where you are. It's a lot about it.
It's tough, and DeAndre Hopkins with another dangerous catch, but a great receiver like him is able to bring it down. And like you said, Jaron, this second game, we're going to finish this game, and we're going to get right back into it. It's not like they get a half-hour break to redo strategies and everything, you know. Oh, my goodness. Is that Jalen Mills? No, it's not. Thank God it's Jalen. It's not Jalen Mills. Because Jalen Mills is on track for setting the record of interceptions in a single game. But on the flip side, I think Kyler Murray has just set a record for interceptions in a game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You know, you're tough here. You have you try to blitz everybody, Brock. You're just trying. At this point, a little bit of showboating.
Yeah. This is well, the dagger was stuck in about 3 touchdowns ago. I don't know what is another word for dagger. A samurai sword has now been stuck in, because this thing is dead and gone. And he's going for 2 here. Sportsmanship does not exist in Madden, folks. It simply does not exist. So if you're looking for it, you came to the wrong place.
Yeah, it does not. It does not. But an absolute, just impressive show by Mozart here. Newberry College, Newberry, South Carolina's own product, comes into today's game 2-0, and Brock, it shows why he's 2-0.
Oh, it shows. It shows. Tyrone Lindsey getting loose with Kyler Murray there. Better be careful. And he gets him down safely. Tyrone Lindsey, 1-0, had the first week bye. He may want to buy in between this game and the second game, but unfortunately, he ain't going to get it. He better figure it out. And I think one of the most impressive things as another interception with some showboating. Devontae Maddox making one guy miss. He gets to the sideline and he gets out of bounds safely. Jaron, by my count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 interceptions, I believe. Oh boy.
You know, I mean, I would have expected it from Carson Wentz, but holy moly.
Never missing an opportunity to take an NFC East jab, and I cannot blame you. Now, that's something right there. Again, the middle of the field wide open. For both teams, I'm shocked they didn't attack the middle of the field more, as I don't think we've seen any completion across the middle of the field yet. It is open for both players once again. Middle of the field. I wonder if both teams will take notice of that going forward.
Yeah, and you have to think that there's going to be some changes made here in the second half, or in the second matchup of this best of 3 series, because right now, and what a change, Brock. How about, this game's all but over, but how about in that first match where Mozart came in the first half and just looked like he was struggling, couldn't get anything going, multiple interceptions as well, and Tyrone Lindsey comes back, ties it up at halftime 14-0, and just nothing since.
Unbelievable. Since he tied it up at 14-0, he has been on a, well, we're looking at the score right here, 41-7 run. They say basketball is the game of runs. Well, when Mozart is on the sticks, football becomes a game of runs as well, because that is unbelievable. 41-7 in the second half.
And Brock, you know what? While we have some time here, and I know that we'll keep an eye on this action as it goes through, as people are watching. I think it's exciting to point out, the NFL, and I'd like to just maybe talk about what the NFL Alumni Association is up to, and what kind of. I know that there's been a lot of talk about how you guys believe in esports over there, and it's exciting. I know that football is a big part of your family, and maybe you can touch on some of that.
Absolutely. Well, first, the NFL Alumni Association and ESTV launched our partnership late last year, and the fact of the matter is, when you talk NFL locker rooms, you are talking video games as well. Other than what game plan you're going with that game, guys are talking about who can beat who in Madden, who can beat who in 2K, who's better in Call of Duty. So that sense of competition, as DeAndre Hopkins is going to catch another bomb but get taken down, that sense of competition does not leave when you retire. When you are done playing, you still need to have that something that you. A lot of guys pick up golf habits. A lot of guys start playing basketball, and a lot of guys pick up video games, and that is why that partnership with ESTV made so much sense. And me just being a fan of video games, my brother getting a Super Bowl ring with the Patriots himself, and having both of us play football, that natural movement from post-football career to esports was just a match made in heaven, and the ESTV could not be more proud to partner with the NFL Alumni Association. Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually the end of our game.
Yes.
As both of our guys, I'm assuming, are going to back out. And again, 41 plus 14, Jaron, math is not my specialty, but I believe that is 55-21 being our final score.
That is tough. Wow. And what a tale, if they say tale of the halves, tale of the tape. I know we're not fighting here, but holy moly, what a bounce back
It is
to come into this game and be up 14-0, and then have Tyrone Lindsey. You think momentum has changed. We're going to the second half. And if anything, if you're Tyrone Lindsey, you almost feel like maybe the disconnection hurt your momentum. I know it's a video game, but maybe that distraction did something as we get ready to go into this second game of this best of 3 series. I mean, wow. Brock, what do you think about what you just saw?
That is a fair point. That is an absolutely fair point. It is important to note that disconnect happened right when the game was tied up. I mean, you can only play with the cards that you are dealt, but it cannot go unsaid that is exactly when it came in. It appears here that we have a preview of the Monday Night Football matchup.
I'm excited.
Approaching us. Mozart is leaving Philly, and he is now heading to your neck of the woods in Kansas City. And Tyrone Lindsey is going to head over to the beautiful coast of Baltimore for this Game 2 matchup. Again, folks, these players can change teams at a whim. Oh, I take that back. Mozart has... I don't think Mozart knows who the heck he wants to play with, because he is cycling through the entire league right now. We'll talk about what team he chooses when he lands. The fact of the matter is Tyrone Lindsey has left Arizona and has gone to the East Coast into Baltimore.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, while we do have a break in the action here, we do again want to say thank you to our partners. Thank you to our friends at Helix Esports for all that they do. And of course, as we've talked about, the NFL Alumni Association, their partnership with ESTV. We're so happy that they're involved. He's got that big patch. That's what I'm talking about. And huge congratulations to Brock and his team, everybody over there, for their partnership with Samsung, now on Samsung TV Plus. It's amazing, and you're going to
Beautiful.
be able to see
Yes,
this
sir.
action. And for those people that are watching right now on ESTV, welcome to the NECC. Just so you know, 5 days a week, right here on the NECC, we have live collegiate esport actions. Madden Mondays, Tuesday night Valorant. Wednesday is Overwatch Wednesdays. Thursday, League of Legends. Friday, Rocket League. Brock, I don't think it gets any better than the NECC right now.
It simply doesn't. The NECC is the hottest esports conference, collecting schools like Pokemon cards, West Coast, East Coast. No one is safe from the NECC. And Jaron, we are off and running on our Monday night football matchup. I do not know who is home in the game in the real world, but in the virtual world, our man Mozart is home once again. Kansas City. He kicks off the ball, and let's see what Lamar Jackson and Tyrone Lindsey got cooking for us. Game 2 action.
Gonna hand the ball off to Ingram here on that first throw. It gets run down. Gonna be take it up to 2nd and 6. Let's see what they do here.
Absolutely, and the thing about Baltimore, expect that ball to be on the ground, especially when you consider the fact that there were 8 interceptions. For those of you and just tuning into this game, the first game, our man Tyrone Lindsey with Arizona threw 8 interceptions, so do not be shocked if it is the ground and pound for him this game.
Absolutely. And Brock, one of the things that I'm so curious to watch of, we spoke about speed in the last game. All those throws to Deshaun Jackson for those touchdowns. Deshaun Jackson is an amazing Pro Bowl type talent, but when it comes to speed, Tyreek Hill is a different kind of animal, and that animal is a cheetah. Let's see how this 4th down plays out. It's going to be interesting to watch.
It certainly is. And Lamar Jackson, I mean, and that's how he kills you. Smart move to slide there. Kyler Murray was fumbling in the first game. Looks like he's learned his lesson to slide, but that is just what makes him so dangerous. What makes both quarterbacks so dangerous on those 3rd and shorts. Even if you got everybody covered, you're not safe. And speed kills. Hollywood Brown right up the gut. Jaron, dare I say that Tyrone Lindsey has made all the necessary adjustments so far?
I mean, absolutely. You bounce back, but you know what? We saw this in the first game. We saw him drive all the way down the field and get to the red zone, and 2 turnovers to start the game off. So can he close it? You'd think that he'd hand the ball off to Ingram here to try to put this ball in the end zone.
You certainly think so. If not, maybe a Lamar Jackson keeper, but no reason to go to the air here. Or the big ugly up front, the forgotten hero, the fullback. You gotta love when the unsung heroes get their chance to dance in the end zone.
Oh, you gotta love it. As for me, you know, the handsome big fella that I am, I played offensive guard, and I promise you I didn't get enough credit when I was in school. I can tell you that much, buddy.
Well, he was doing it for you. He was doing it for all the big uglies out there. And shocking there, decides, even though the speedy McCole Hardman can make some scary things happen on kickoff return, our man Mozart decides, no, I'm just going to put the ball in Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl champion, MVP, only like 19 years old. Okay, he's 23, but he's 19, basically in the face. And let's see what he can get done. Edwards-Helaire bounced it to the outside. Looked like he had some space, but he hesitated and got swallowed up.
Tell you what, we're going to need to look at Tyreek Hill right here. And Tyreek Hill was open, but he's going to dump the ball down to Robinson and go ahead and pick up this 1st down.
Very shocking that that Tyreek Hill was not the #1 option there, especially on a deep route. I don't know about you. If Tyreek Hill's going deep, that's my first look every single time.
Absolutely, especially in Madden. Going to throw the ball out to Hardman. Oh, he does get the block. What? Oh, that right there, Brock. That is what's called getting. That is called getting EA'd. That's what that is. That does not feel good. Oh man.
No. I don't know if that would have been a touchdown, but it would have been a touchdown, if you know what I mean. And just
Yeah, exactly.
like that, oh, brutal, brutal. Well, if you are Tyrone Lindsey, I hope you took notes because that play will be coming back. And the Pro Bowler, Travis Kelce, working up the sideline, and it takes 2 people to get him on the ground. Points, points, points seems to be the name of the game here, Jaron, because both offenses are firing on all cylinders.
Yep, gonna drop this ball down to Edwards-Helaire. And what, Brock, especially, I know you have some history with running backs. What a start by this rookie running back right here this year.
What a start. It is unbelievable. Like you said, I spent my entire life with a running back, so it is a position. Although I'm a defensive-minded guy, I do take notice. And for a rookie to just be implemented so quickly into that complex system, it is fascinating. But that's a testament to Andy Reid. If you remember 2 years ago, Kareem Hunt, rookie, immediately made his impact in Kansas City. So as much credit we give to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, we have to give it to Andy Reid as well. And he reaches out.
Ooh,
And they're going to give him that first down.
Absolutely. Gonna see maybe throw this bubble here. It wouldn't surprise me if he threw this bubble again, Brock. But that's the end of the first quarter, Brock. Holy moly, these teams have turned the gas pedal, put it in overdrive, and here we go.
And the most important thing, Jaron, no turnovers. Now let's see what we got here. Patrick Mahomes drop back. He gets rid of the ball quick. And again, it's not Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Looks to be Damian Williams. But how many times, Jaron, did we see on that drive that quick pass to the flat, whether it's the running back, whether it's Tyreek Hill, whether it's McCole Hardman, it seems to be the name of the game, is stretch this Baltimore defense and force them to tackle into space.
Well, and you know, I don't know about you, but my mom always said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because if you've got it, I mean, listen, if you can get 5 to 8 yards of play, I know that it's Madden, and I know this is a video game, but this is still football. And if you're getting 5 to 8 yards of play, you're doing something right.
Without question. And here we get Tyrone Lindsey Evans back on the field. Oh, and he just gets smoked. He's lucky Mark Ingram is even getting back up after that hit sends him airborne. And as we've seen with the Tyrone Lindsey offense, no need for huddles. We're right back on the ball.
And gonna just roll out. I needed to refresh here, but it looks like he's just gonna throw that ball away. Nowhere to go.
No worries. Refresh away, my friend. I will be refreshing soon as well. And another thing that we've seen from Tyrone Lindsey, the maturity. He is thrown to the middle of the field. He has not thrown interceptions. And right there, whereas last game he would have made an error and thrown it into coverage, he just throws the ball away. He says, hey, third down, another down. And he keeps it with Lamar Jackson.
Oh, the spin.
And he gets the first down. But I got to say, Jaron, you saw it too. If he didn't spin, he might have still been running.
Brock, if he doesn't do that spin move, man, we're still right now. He's about the 10-5 touchdown right now. What a man. It's small things that can change a game like that.
Without question. Sometimes anticipation is your worst enemy in this game. Lamar Jackson making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. He's going to drop back. And he's going to trust his feet and get stood up and taken down. He's going to pop back up because he's a tough guy, but those are the hits you want to avoid.
Absolutely. And they're going to go ahead. While you do that, they're going to go ahead and run this ball back. Let's see what they do. Going to hand it off to Ingram, and lots of space here. Takes the ball across midfield down to the 44-yard line. And Brock, we are just off to the races, and we can tell by why both of these teams come into this game undefeated. This is impressive play.
Absolutely. And most importantly, Jerry, like we said, mistake-free football. The biggest difference between this game and the one previous.
Ooh. And ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know how that was going to play out. You saw the safety come down. You saw him put Hollywood Brown on a streak, but the cornerback is there and plays it. I think it's the right call. And let's see if he doesn't try to go to Tyreek Hill right here. Nope. Going to drop the ball down to Williams and Brock. Man, you think that you're running a streak. You think you have Hollywood Brown. He throws it a little short. And, man, the tables have turned.
And I know he wants that ball back because there was a lot of space for Lamar Jackson to run. But, hey, I can't blame him. When you see Hollywood Brown with the step on a DB, you're going to let it fly. And once again, we're seeing Mozart going right back to the flat for that very first play when they're backed up in their own end zone. At a certain point, Tyrone Lindsey has to make an adjustment. You have to keep your corners home because those linebackers just are not quick enough to run with these running backs to the flat.
Absolutely. And if it's me, I'm going to be honest with you. You have not tried to put the ball into Tyreek Hill's hands. And if it was me, and you could see him, he does put him on a streak here. Let's see if he runs it. It's not there.
Yeah.
Going to run it with Mahomes. Lots of room here, Brock. Slides down safe.
Oh, wow. Perfectly done. Hey, I have an athletic quarterback. He may not be as athletic as your quarterback, but he can still get loose if you give me that much space. Take that every time.
And that out route, Brock Vereen, they just throw that out route. Because if it's not covered, you have to take it.
If it ain't broke, like your mama used to tell you. Is that right?
That's right. Whoa! Brock, how about a huge throw and a one-handed grab by Tyreek Hill for the touchdown?
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. All those dink and dunk passes out to the flat. You lure him to sleep, and then you take your shot with Tyreek Hill. Still shocked it took this long to see him finally make his impact in this game, but what an impact it was. Beautifully done there by Mozart, representing Newberry College.
Wow. And for Mozart, man, wow, you massively won the round one of this game, and to be up 14-7, I mean, you got to feel pretty comfortable here. For Tyrone Lindsey, you need to do something.
Absolutely. And right now, Mark Ingram taking a big blow up the middle. Lamar Jackson hasn't shown a lot through the air. Of course, he has a touchdown, but hasn't shown a ton through the air except for that touchdown drive. And with only a minute left, you have to know that ball is going to need to go to the air. So if you're Mozart, you say, okay, we're just going to rally up and tackle. We're going to let him run the ball. What we're not going to do is get lured to sleep and get beat over top.
Absolutely. This ball, Brock, that ball is going to be incomplete. Yes, sorry, I had to refresh there. 4th and 4 right here for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Think if you have it, you might just run this ball here.
Especially with an empty set, you spread out that defense. Are you going to find a crease? Oh, and he's scrambling. Oh, boy, this is a disaster. Oh, but you know what? That disaster almost worked out. My goodness. But what a rip that was, Jerome, because look at Patrick Mahomes with incredible field position. Not a situation you want to be in, ever.
Ever, 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 they said. Completely right. Going to throw the ball out to Williams right there. Drive the ball down all the way to the 14-yard line, Brock. I mean, at some point, at what point do you go out there and you try to cover that out route?
You have to make an adjustment. Whatever coverage you're running, it is not working. You have to keep that corner home. Heck, take a defensive tackle and go out there if you have to. Do something. Sammy Watkins on the speed screen, not going to work. 40 seconds and ticking. 8-second runoff, 30 seconds and ticking. Plenty of time for Mahomes, but he's going to keep it on the ground. Damian Williams kissing the 6-yard line. Let's see if he decides to go to the air here. 15 seconds left in the half. And he gets stuffed with no timeouts, Jaron.
Wow. 2
and
seconds
this is
left.
going to be the last play of the half.
Oh. Are you kidding me? And what a throw underneath. You don't have timeouts. You don't have any time on the clock. You run the ball up. You have 3 seconds left. You snap it, and you throw it across the middle of the field, past the D-line, and you catch the cheetah, Tyreek Hill, running across the goal line. That is so impressive.
My old high school coach would have called that having stones. With 15 seconds left on the clock, no timeouts. You get 2 plays off, and you go to the air instead of taking the field goal. That is spiking and taking the field goal. That is called having stones, making my high school coach proud. And just like that, you are up 14 points, getting the ball back. What a turn of events.
Wow. And if anything, like you said, and to be able to come back and get this ball right after half and to have this ball right again. I mean, you could arguably run down the field and put this game away right now.
Absolutely, especially if Tyrone Lindsey and the Ravens are not going to protect that flat. Because if he just stays in bounds, he can tick-tock that clock easily to the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
But he's going to throw the ball away. But you know what? Let me just eat those words that I've just said, because we know Mozart by now. He is not satisfied with playing conservative football. He wants 100 points if he can get them. So I apologize for even suggesting that may be a possibility. He is attacking. The way that he plays, he may as well always be down 21 points.
Absolutely. And guys, why Brock refreshes his stream right here, we're going to be looking at this action. Let's see what he's got. Mahomes nowhere to go, but there's nobody there. He's going to run it and slide down to stay in bounds to keep that clock going, and he's almost up to midfield already. Brock, this is impressive. If you're in the NECC right now and you want to be a part of this national championship contention, you have to be paying attention to what Mozart's doing right now.
I would say a championship runs through Mozart right now as McCole Hardman gets behind the defense and is dancing away in the end zone. I mean, what can you really do? What adjustments can you make? And you know what? Credit to Mozart. He was dinking and dunking in that flat, forced the corner to come up and get ready for that flat, and just like that, boom, he bombs him behind with all that incredible Kansas City speed.
Well, and the hardest part about that, Brock, is like you said, it's not the fact that it's not like he came out here and threw the ball on a streak to Tyreek Hill every single time. He took his time. He handed the ball off to Edwards-Helaire. He ran Williams. He throws the out route to Williams. He runs draws. He runs a bubble screen. So at that point, when that's beating you, you have to try something to stop it. And then to come back and not going to catch that ball so close. You'd like to have seen him maybe catch that, hit that X button and put those feet down, but just not there.
Not there at all. And like you said, credit to Mozart. We didn't even see Tyreek Hill until late in the second quarter when he had that long touchdown. This is a guy that knows football. A dangerous throw across the body over the middle. Thankful to still have possession of it, 3rd and 10. But when you watch Mozart, two different teams now, first Philly, now Kansas City, it's a guy that understands football. He understands offenses. He knows how to attack a defense. Credit to him. And on 3rd and 10, he runs the option. Lamar Jackson not able to get the pitch off. And boy, oh boy, is this a big 4th down, Jaron.
Massive, because if this, look, you're in trouble. There's no doubt about it. You do have some time on the clock, but if you don't get this 4th down, it's a problem.
Let's see, Lamar Jackson drops back. He gets rid of it. And it is going to be caught by Hollywood Brown. Dolphin diving into the end zone. And once again, Jaron, the receivers beat the defensive backs deep. You said in that latest Madden update, speed was the name of the game. And we have certainly seen that this game.
Absolutely. I mean, and the best part is it's not just every down speed. You can literally scheme your offense around it. We've seen Mozart do it. We've seen him, whether he was the Philadelphia Eagles, he would run the ball, drop the ball down to his running backs, and then throw it to Deshaun Jackson. You can lull people to sleep, and you can lull this algorithm within this game with these computer linebackers and throw the ball deep, and it's so hard to stop.
It certainly is, especially with the run attack that the Ravens have. Mahomes dropping back, trying to get his point spread to 21 again, and my God, Tyreek Hill had no impact in the first quarter. Jaron is now approaching 200 yards receiving and has 3 touchdowns.
Look, Brock, I don't know, you know, this might surprise you, but I'm not the fastest man on the planet. But holy moly, can Tyreek Hill put the burners on. He makes fast people look not fast.
Unbelievable. And that is so deflating because Tyrone Lindsey finally gets within striking distance. He closes the lead to 14 points. A beautiful drive on the ground and in the air. And just like that, Mozart comes back. And the first play from scrimmage, 80-yard touchdown. That is just so demoralizing. But he's going to keep on fighting. As Lamar Jackson, and he gets down. You got to be careful. You don't want to take those hits. If he was a millisecond slower, he would have taken a big hit there.
Absolutely. And like you said, to throw the ball to Hollywood Brown, have the huge touchdown, think maybe, you know, you've got some time left. Maybe momentum could shift your way. And then just to follow it up and just deflate everything that you have. That's tough, Bronk. That's really tough.
Certainly is. Lamar Jackson with the scramble, and he's going to fumble the football. Thankfully, Lamar Jackson is able to get back on it. Oh, boy, that is crisis averted right there. And that's the fear of taking those hits. You have to slide. I understand he's athletic. You have to slide.
Especially in Madden. Because you can get sneaked on and fumble the ball as a quarterback these days.
Oh, you're not wrong. And just the ill-advised panic throw there. Throwing across his body, running backwards. 4th and 3, very manageable for Lamar Jackson and Tyrone Lindsey. But you have to get this first before this game gets out of hand. It's already starting to get out of hand, but this is your last-ditch effort to keep the game within some kind of reach. 4th and 3, Lamar Jackson in the gun. Mark Ingram at his flank. Drops back a lot of time.
He caught it.
And it is completed. Beautiful throw and catch there.
Absolutely, he caught it. Let's see what he does here. Wow. Gonna throw the ball, diving catch. And for Tyrone Lindsey, sensing the urgency and just running this no-huddle offense right now, Brock, trying to get points on the board.
And I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen this no-huddle in full effect. Mark Andrews toe tapping the sideline. That is when Tyrone Lindsey is at his best. When he is no-huddle, when he has the defense on his heels, that is when he's at his best. That's what got those original 14 points on the board in the first place. So it seems like he's going back to his bread and butter.
Absolutely, absolutely. And now you got to put some points on the board. I mean, look, this game is tough, and there's not a lot of time left, but you have the entire 4th quarter. Just put some points on the board. And there they are. Brock, do we still have a game here? What do you think, man? We can see this thing turn around.
Let's see. And I would not be shocked if we see an onside kick because he's proven to struggle in stopping Mozart. What's the best way to stop Mozart's offense is to keep him off the field. Let's see if Tyrone Lindsey trusts his defense or decides to go onside. Onside kick coming up. Justin Tucker. Let's see what we got.
Oh, not going to be able to recover it. You saw the bobble, maybe not able to get on it right away, but able to cover this ball up and put it right in the hands of Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs offense. That's just a tough break.
And the danger of that, absolutely. The danger is that not only do you give him the ball, you give it in great field position. And one more play before the end of this quarter. Let's see what goes on here. Mahomes dropping back. Firing deep. Oh, boy. And he's going to find Tyreek Hill for his 4th touchdown of the game. And he's going to run. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Here's what I want to say. Brock, I got to say this. Tyreek Hill does not deserve to catch that ball right there. The guy is 4'2" and did not deserve to catch that ball. But kudos on him. And then just to say, yes, ma'am, I do like my Olive Garden soup with a little bit of extra cheese. And to throw a fake field goal for 2. I mean, sorry, the food pun. Sometimes I can be extra punny, but man, that's ridiculous.
Oh boy, and it is now a 3-possession game. Lamar Jackson finds Willie Snead to get out of bounds, and what will be the final couple of plays of the third. Again, folks, that will be the last play of the third quarter. There's no room for sportsmanship in Madden, and like you said earlier, Jaron, if you want to come to the NECC, be prepared to hold your own because sometimes guys will go for 2 and run fake field goals when they're up 20 points.
This is going to be not good. But pass is broken up, throwing the ball all the way down. Just too much coverage, maybe a little desperation there. For Tyrone Lindsey, you know, it's tough because you can tell that Tyrone can play this game. He knows how to play Madden. He won his first week matchup last week and just came into on top of a buzzsaw in Mozart today. I mean, Brock, I know you haven't been here for a lot of the NECC action, but from an outsider looking in, I think all roads to the national championship might lead through Mozart and Newberry, South Carolina.
All roads go through Mozart. I can say that loud and proud. It is a fact. My gosh, is it a fact. He can get it done defensively with 8 interceptions in the first game. He can get it done on the ground, and of course he can get it done through the air. He can even get it done with multiple teams. Eagles, Ravens, at this point, I'm convinced he can play with any of the 32 teams and find a victory. He looks fantastic. Interception, I think I jinxed him.
Oh, wow. He throws the ball underneath and, wow, intercepted, all but sealing. And Brock, that's how today's went. That right there has been the pure essence of what today's game has been, and just super tough for Tyrone Lindsey. You got to give him credit for showing up and putting up a valiant effort, but just too much from Mozart and Newberry College today.
You know what? I got to take blame for that. I was talking about the 8 interceptions last game and what happens in interception. Oh, boy. And here goes Tyreek Hill for his 5th touchdown of the game, and by my estimation, approaching 400 yards receiving. And that is what makes him so dangerous. He is at his best the play after a turnover. After a turnover, he takes his shot, and I believe 3 times now, the play after an interception, he has scored 50 points, halfway to the century mark, with still plenty of 4th quarter left.
I mean, and just like you said, Brock, to come out here against a guy that's 1-0, wins his match last week. This is not a guy that has lost a bunch of games, played well in the placement tournament, and comes in here with every opportunity to do well in this season and just gets, frankly, mowed down by 50 points. I mean, this is just impressive Madden play by Mozart right now. It's impressive. And honestly, Brock, I'm almost at a loss for words. There's not much else you can say about it.
It's incredible football. It's a guy that knows the X's and O's, and it's such a realistic game. Knowing those X's and O's has its benefits. He was attacking every weakness that Tyrone Lindsey and the Ravens threw at him, and because of that, he is hanging 50 points. Tyrone Lindsey's still not going to give up. He's going to scramble with Lamar Jackson and get smoked. And he's lucky they didn't fumble. He's lucky Lamar Jackson even stood up, and he's going to get right back on the ball. 4th down, no time to waste. Empty backfield. Lamar Jackson again looking to scramble. Oh, boy. And he is going to blindly throw it across the field and give Mozart back the football. Unbelievable.
Absolutely. He's going to drop back. Has a man open, wide open, 2 feet down. Robinson in the corner. And Brock, this game, it's a good thing that there's 5 minutes on the quarters. That's all I'm saying. This is out of hand.
This got out of hand. Oh, and he is going for 2 because Mozart does not believe in sportsmanship, folks. And Marlon Humphreys with the interception, and he, unless Tyreek Hill, they call him the cheetah, can he make the tackle? And Jake Travis Kelce showing some speed there as well. Marlon Humphreys with the interception. I don't believe in moral victories, but that's as close as you're going to get to one for Tyrone Lindsey.
Yeah. And you have, for Tyrone Lindsey, you have to know, you have to keep your head up, knowing that this is a long season. We have 8 weeks of Madden action before we get to the playoffs. Brock, I'll be honest with you, maybe Mozart came out here today and put on this impressive performance, but for me, I think Tyrone Lindsey is going to be able to beat a lot of people here in the NECC. Maybe we might see this matchup again in the playoffs.
It's like you said earlier, Tyrone Lindsey has earned his ranking. He was undefeated coming into this for a reason. He earned that first week bye. He understands this game. Was today his day? Of course not. But that does not mean you should take him lightly. Whoever his next 7 opponents are, be aware. And if you're Mozart and you run across him in the playoffs, be aware he will be an entirely different team from there. One of the benefits of playing such a tough opponent so early in the year is you make the adjustments, hoping for the opportunity to see him again.
And while we have a break in the action for all those NFL fans out here that are getting ready to switch over and get ready for that Monday Night Football matchup, Brock, tell me who you got in tonight's matchup between the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Whew. Well, first off, I think the name of the game is going to be points, points, points. My fear with Kansas City is they are a slow starting team. Even if you go to last year, their first half versus their second half, every now and then they would just have a terrible quarter, riddled with turnovers and mistakes and penalties as Hollywood Brown gets in the end zone to trim the lead a little bit. But I say all that to say this. Cannot start slow against the Ravens. Because Kansas City had such a slow start last week against the Chargers, I am going to take the Ravens. Do I think Kansas City goes further this season? I do. But tonight I'm taking Baltimore. What about yourself?
For me, I'll be honest with you. I have a lovely woman that I love very much who's a massive Chiefs fan. So I am live on the air. So if I said anything besides the Chiefs, I'd probably get in trouble. But what I will say is every person that has asked me about this game, the one thing that I have said is the slow start by Kansas City. And the thing is, we can all agree one thing, and they just he did. He recovered the onside kick.
There you go.
I have not seen one onside kick since Madden 21 started, and we've seen 2 in tonight's matchup. It's awesome.
And they
but
both
no. Yeah. But for me, the slow start and the Baltimore Ravens are not the Los Angeles Chargers. We all know that. We know what Lamar Jackson is. We know how special he is. So it's going to be impressive. But I do think Kansas City has the weapons. We're going to see. We're going to find out. I have to go Kansas City because I live here and I don't have a choice. But, but yeah.
Absolutely right. Yeah, and it's like you said, if Kansas City comes out to a similar start that they had with the Chargers last week, that score is 30-0 at halftime. You cannot start slow against this team. And the Kansas City O-line has not looked up to snuff. I'm not sure what changes they've made. I don't have the roster here in front of me, but from all accounts, except for that left tackle Tardif, I believe it's the same O-line, but they have struggled mightily. And last week was Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa, 2 as good of defensive ends as you're going to find in the NFL today, but don't think that the Ravens are any slouch. You have big Calais Campbell up there. You have Patrick Queen, who is already making plays at the linebacker position. This could be scary if they cannot protect Mahomes.
Absolutely. This ball is going to be thrown deep to Tyreek Hill. And, of course, complete speed wins. And, Brock, while I have you here, and you do have a history and you have a family lineage of NFL play, my question to you is, let's take the Chiefs out of it. Let's take the Ravens out of it. What has surprised you about this NFL season so far?
How good Russell Wilson is. I know that he has been everyone's most underrated player of all time, yada, yada. We already know he's a Hall of Famer. If he retired before this year, he'd be a Hall of Famer. But to take an inexperienced DK Metcalf, oh my goodness, he's running it again. To take an inexperienced DK Metcalf, and again, only in his second year, to take an undersized guy in Tyler Lockett, to take an old veteran in Greg Olsen, and to throw for 15 touchdowns in 3 weeks. 14 touchdowns, rather. It is disgusting. Now for the Seahawks to make it to the Super Bowl, which I do have them versus Kansas City in my Super Bowl prediction. But for them to get there, the defense is going to have to figure it out. But the success of Russell Westbrook, oh my goodness. The success of Russell Wilson has been nothing short of incredible. What about yourself?
Man, for me, as this ball is going to be run back by Hollywood Brown, 12 seconds on the clock, and you hate to see it because a little too late. Massive touchdown. Going to take it to make this game 34. He's going to go for 2. But for me, yeah. Our producer said lots of trolling in this game, and he's actually correct. He does get that 2-point conversion. It's going to be 35-64 with 12 seconds left. And Brock, if they get this onside kick, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Finally.
And
it's Tyreek Hill. You better be careful. there you go. That's the last person you want to see to pick up an onside. Let me hear it, Jaron. Who is your Super Bowl prediction?
Oh, my Super Bowl prediction is tough. Here's what I will say. The team that I am most surprised by, it hurts me to say this, but I am absolutely impressed with the way the coaches have handled it, the move. If you are not paying attention to what Cam Newton is doing in New England, you are not paying attention. For a guy that said they couldn't play for the Carolina Panthers, but comes out under Bill Belichick and has beaten some decent teams, some not decent teams, but I mean, to me, and was one play away from beating that Seattle team. I think that Cam Newton and what the Chiefs, or what the Patriots are doing, is beyond impressive. As you see Tyreek Hill get his 376th touchdown of the day on the stream right now. And that is the game, Brock Marine. But no, for me, I think the Super Bowl comes through. I think it's the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they just have more stability than the Ravens do. I think it's a Ravens Chiefs AFC Championship. But then I think the Super Bowl probably comes down to, if you had to put me on the spot, I'd probably say Chiefs, Seahawks, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that Russell. We'll see.
One thing that we can agree on is the road to the Super Bowl for the NFC goes through Russell Wilson. Is that fair to say?
That's fair. That's fair. And I still got a little hope from the Cowboys. Still got a little hope from the Cowboys. I'm just saying.
You can take that hope and flush it down the toilet, buddy. Because oh boy. Actually, I take that back. If you are in the NFC East, you always have a shot because no one in that division is going to win more than 7 games. So that automatic playoff bid that comes from being in the NFC East, you never know what's going to happen once you get to the playoffs. So I take that back. I apologize for my rudeness. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
And speaking of being in the playoffs, one person that we know will be in the playoffs, in the NECC playoffs, is Mozart. And the way that he came out here today for Newberry College from Newberry, South Carolina, moves to 3-0 in play here. And obviously in an 8-game season, that's impressive. Brock, you come in here today. I mean, what did you see from Mozart?
First off, the NECC is not to be toyed with because, like you said, Tyrone Lindsey is an incredible player. Just was not up to snuff today with Mozart. The biggest thing that jumps off the screen with him is he understands the legitimate X's and O's of football. He can throw on tonight's Monday Night Football game and break it down with the best of any of them. He knew how to attack defenses. He knew how to anticipate no matter what changes Tyrone Lindsey made. Mozart was a step ahead, and that is why the road to the NECC Championship is probably going to go to our man who is 3-0. Congratulations to him. That's a heck of a Madden Monday right there.
Man, absolutely impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, we will remind you that coming up later this evening, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will have another matchup as 2 studs from Lakeland University by our man Ahmad Green over there at Lakeland University. I know that's your boy as well, Brock, as he pits 2 of his players up against each other. I'll tell you what, it's impressive what Ahmad Green has done out there with that Lakeland program as they're starting to build esports up there.
Fantastic. And you ask anybody in the NFL, current or former, Ahmad Green is the godfather of esports in the eyes of the NFL. Your favorite NFL player who you see on Twitch, who you see playing Madden, Warzone, and all these things, thank Ahmad Green. He is responsible for bringing esports/video games into NFL locker rooms as we know it. Credit to him, and we are so thankful. I know the NECC is thankful to have him as part of it with Lakeland Esports. And I know I can speak from the ESTV team. We are so thankful to have him on board. What a fantastic guy. Some Lakeland on Lakeland action coming up later this evening. Unfortunately, I will not be here. But Jaron, thank you for having me. We will be doing this again.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And again, ladies and gentlemen, before we go anywhere, we want to say thank you to our partners. Thank you to our friends at Helix Esports for all that they do to help us here. We have some really exciting things coming from them in our new studio coming. And of course, thank you to our friends, Brock included. Thank you to our friends at ESTV, bringing you some of the best esports action from around the world right there. And of course, our friends at the NFL Alumni Association for being involved and helping past and present players get involved in esports. Yes. And the true question is, Brock, online, do they make that in a 3X? And are you going to send your boy one?
I tell you what, we will have to find a way. I know the box where all these jackets are. The next time I go into the studio, I am digging for you, my friend.
My man. Ladies and gentlemen, want to take a quick second, say thank you to our commissioner, Jacob Van Ryan, for allowing us to be here. Of course, our main man, Caleb Gluby, our director of esports, and of course, my main man, Hunter, our producer, back in the studio for making all the ins and outs and switches and all that. Brock, I had a good time, man. I hope you enjoyed it.
I had a blast. Thank you so much. And again, ESTV available on Samsung TV Plus mobile now, ladies and gentlemen. As of last week, if you have an Android Samsung phone, download the Samsung TV Plus app, find ESTV the same way you would find it on your smart TV, and you can watch ESTV and you can watch more NECC Esports. Jaron, thank you for having me.
Absolutely, buddy. Guys, until next time, for Brock Vereen, I'm Jaron Bell. We are the NECC. We'll have another matchup tonight. Make sure you follow us everywhere on social media at NECC Games, and of course, live right here on Twitch at twitch.tv/NECC_esports. And of course, thank you to everyone that might be watching us on ESTV right now. Until next time, college esports lives right here. My name is Jaron Bell. Thank you for being here. Stay blessed, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.